Hi, welcome. If you're watching or listening or you're just curious, I am going to do a tutorial on a neutral brown eyeshadow look. Also with a neutral lip at the end. I'm going to start off by doing my eyebrows. I do them differently a lot. I'm going to do one of my little tricks that I do to start off with today. I kind of already did my foundation and a little bit of contouring. So we are just going to focus mainly on the eyebrows and the eyeshadow. And then at the end when we're done, we're going to take the brown neutral look and turn it into a little bit more of a smoky evening look. You can do that fairly quickly. So we'll do that at the end. So I'm going to start off with doing my eyebrows. I have like a small angled brush here. And I have a couple different tricks that I do. So I have a little bit of soap. And then sometimes I just like put spray on the lid like a setting spout powder. And I also have a little bit of the Anastasia dip brow. And I'm just going to use a little bit of that. I'm just going to dip a little bit. Because a little goes a long way. And most of the time I don't want my eyebrows super dark. Depending if you have dark eyeshadow. But I just mix that in with a little bit of a little soap and a little bit of the setting powder. And then work it around like it's a little palette. And then check the texture on my hand. And that's the big deal, like texture, because when you draw on your hair, the hairs of your eyebrows, it can grab a little bit of the product and a lot at the same time. So I'm gonna start kind of by my arch and just do little strokes where my arch would be. Okay, and I do have to like manipulate the shape of my eyebrow a little bit because they grow differently, of course. So I'm gonna feather down to the end, and you want it smaller and sharper when you get down to the bottom. And I'm just gonna go back to my arch and do little featherings going towards the front like that. Get a little bit more, and I'm always gonna start here because if I get too much product and put it here, I can't take it off. And you want it a little bit lighter towards the front so you don't have such a harsh line. So I'm gonna just make a shape there and put a little bit more on my arch and feather down to the end. Okay, we're gonna do the same on the other side. I feel like, obviously everybody's face is different from one side to the other, but it's always so, not challenging, but doing the other side with using my right hand and turning the other way. I feel like my eyes always see my eyebrow a little bit differently on the other side. But, you gotta do the best you can if you want. Okay, so go to the arch. I did a little bit at the end because this side's just a little bit different. I'm gonna go to the arch and try to match it up with the other side. There we go. Okay, and get a little bit more product that we made with our soap and our setting powder and the dip brow. Just go back to your arch and feather lightly towards the front of your brow and fading out. See? Okay. And I don't want this to be the main focus of the tutorial today. I want to really focus on doing the neutral brown eyeshadow. So we're just gonna do a little bit of our brows, and I could always look at it later and fix it if I think they're completely different, not even the same family, not even cousins or sisters, that, you know, they wouldn't have the same genes or look like at all. So that's probably good for now on the eyebrows. So as far as our eyes, I have a little color on from a different tutorial, but that's all right. So sometimes when I'm doing my makeup quickly, I use my foundation as a base for my eyeshadow. I didn't do that today. I'm just gonna put a little concealer quickly on my eyes. And sometimes I use this if I'm in a hurry. So not in a hurry now, but I'm just gonna use my little tricks that I do once in a while. I think it's fun to experiment. You try different makeup, try different things. For me, if I'm in a hurry, I always just grab different products that are around and use what I can, I guess. So that's why you always have your own thing or your own tricks that you do. Because really, in the end, if it looks nice, then it doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you're doing it in a good way. And not bad, no. Okay, so there we have it. So we're gonna start with, I don't want too much product, but I'm gonna start with like a flat brush, and we're gonna get to have this palette right here. It's Tardiest. Let's see. We're gonna use probably this edgy. I'm just gonna dab my eyeshadow on here like that, and I don't want it too dark, so I'm gonna get a little of this indie and this bold, and we're just gonna go and put it right on our eyelids. Just dab it on like that. Okay, and if I look, it's a little too dark for me, and this is gonna be a little bit too big, so I'm gonna use a smaller brush like that, and I'll check my colors. I like it to have a little bit of a bronzy orange hue, so I'm gonna get these two, Whimsy and Innocent, and I'm just gonna dab that onto the eye. Okay, just little dabs, little pats, blending that together. And it's gonna stick to your base, which I have my concealer. So it's gonna go into that and dry into that and stick. Here we go. And once you learn this, you could do this fairly quickly, I would say. I'm just gonna get a little bit more of the orangey, light orangey, rusty color and pat that onto my eyes, my lids, all over my lids. Okay, gently patting it in. Okay, now we're gonna get a blending brush. Okay, it could be kind of big because we are going up to our eyebrows with this next color. Probably gonna use the same one, that orangey bronze right here. It's Innocent right here. Okay, an orangey bronze color, and we're gonna gently disperse that evenly. We didn't want too much on the brush, but we're just gonna keep going back and forth, all the way up to our eyebrow. Okay, all the way up to the eyebrow, the whole lid. Okay, the whole lid, gently back and forth, blending that nicely all the way up to the eyebrow, into the crease. We're gonna get that whole, do the same thing on the other side. Okay, there we go. We do always try to stop here, matching from your eyebrow to the edge of the outer of your eye right here. You can clean it up after if you like. Sometimes I don't really, I just fade it into that side. I want it a little bit darker, so you can add a little bit more. I'm just going to put a tad bit of brown in that as well. Just a little bit. Check it on my arm to make sure it's not too dark. Blow it. And I'm just going to put a little bit more, starting right here, the crease in my bone. Okay. And just keep feathering it back and forth all the way up to our eyebrow. Okay. Sorry, the lightings keep going back and forth with this. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let's see. It's too... Let's see. Maybe that will help. Nope. Stop it. You stop it. Stop it. Okay. We don't want to deal with that when we're doing tutorials. Alright, so look at your eyes and see. We could do... I'm going to just do a little bit more, and then we're going to put a little bit more in our crease. Just going to tap a light brown from here all the way up. Light brown all the way up to your eyebrow. Okay? Don't focus all the way on the hairs of your eyebrow, but we do want to go all the way up to your eyebrow. Okay? You can take the excess and recontour your nose. There we go. Okay, so next we're gonna take I like chocolate brown eyeliner. I feel like any color eye, it goes with any color eye. I have two different ones. I have this one by Prestige. It's chocolate. I love this brand. And then I also have an e.l.f. one. It's like double-sided. It is chocolate brown and then like a concealer. I don't know what you call it. Helping you something, whatever, making stuff look nicer with this kind. So I'm gonna take the one from e.l.f. and I'm gonna close my eyes gently and just take it and go back and forth in my lash line and my waterline. Not closing all the way, but gently touching, and inside my eyeballs are looking up. Okay, and do the other side. I don't have as many lashes on my left side as my right side, so I always feel like I have to like overcompensate my eyeliner to make it stick more. Okay, we just want to go push it down at an angle so that the brown eyeliner kind of goes a little bit farther down into our lashes like this. Okay, because we're going to smudge that out later. Alright, so now we're going to do a trick because I do want the color on top of our lid as well, but just a little bit in the lash line so it looks a little smoky. So we're going to take our fingers and close our eyes gently on it and just wiggle that eyeliner into the top of our lids if you can. Like that. Okay. So now we got a little bit we pushed our lashes up, but we also got a little bit of that eyeliner on the top of our lids. And we're just gonna take a smaller brush like this and go into a darker brown and just barely tap the eyeshadow, and then hold our eye gently, and we're gonna go right on our eyelash line with that eyeliner. We're gonna smudge out that eyeliner with a dark brown. Okay? Focusing on the outer edges of our lid, and then just barely take your lashes and push them up. Okay? So now we have a little bit of eyeliner. It's a little bit lightly of like a little smoky eye. It's not a harsh eyeliner. We're going to do the same to the other side. Okay, you can take the brush and just brush your lashes up. You know, make an illusion of a smoky eye. Okay, you see that? Okay, when you want to make sure they're even, we're just going to get a lighter brown with a little bit of the orangey, burnt orange. And then with that same brush, just go and gently smudge out the bottom lash under the eyeshadow. Okay? I know a lot of people do that. This like stretches your eye a little bit more to have more control. So you can open your mouth when you are working with your lashes. Okay, there we go. And then at the end we're going to lighten this just a little bit because we don't want it too dark on here on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to look at our eyes, make sure they're even. Might get a little bit smaller blending brush and get a lighter brown and just go into the edge right here of your eye and just pat some brown into that corner. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, just make sure they're even. And you can go back and forth with the rest of that all the way up to your eyebrow if you want, just blending all those browns together. Okay, and we're going to take a little bit more chocolate brown eyeliner. Let's use the chocolate from Prestige. And we're going to do the same thing in our waterline again. Okay. Really love the way this color just has different, it just has different tones and shades. It's brown, but it has a little purple and a little orange. So it does match a lot of eyes. Okay, now we're going to go with one more little flat blending brush and go into a really light color. And we're going to go right on that. We want to blend that out. So we don't want it too harsh. Okay. Blend that bottom out. Okay. Then we're going to do our mascara. And that look is basically done. It's just pretty quick. When you got it down, you can just go brown, brown, brown all over real quick. Put your eyeliner on and smush to make it look smoky. So now we're gonna put our mascara on. I don't know why I don't know why I like this one. It's Rimmel. And dip the excess. I like to bend the wand a little bit at the end. It gives it more of an angle. And just tapping on my mascara for my first round. Mind you, I don't, if I don't have time, I don't curl my lashes, or I used to wear fake ones all the time, but I just don't anymore, for time and energy, I guess. But, so tap, gentle taps. When you're doing the opposite eye from your opposite hand that you use the most for everything, um, the angle's kind of weird. You have to like turn your hand completely over if you want to get the right angle. So just tap, tap, tap. And I like to blink, blink, blink. Kind of separate the eyelashes as you go. And then not too much. We're going to do another layer on that side. So let's do the other layer or other side with the excess. I don't really need to dip it again, but go all the way there. Keep blinking. Good trick is to stick your neck out and stick your chin out up and then look down, and that helps you get your mascara all the way to the roots. You want to focus on that and then just dab a little bit on the bottom lashes, mostly on the roots if you can. Or you can dab and wiggle back and forth if you want. We don't want too much on the bottom unless you want to do that, but it's up to you. They got stuck together, so I'll have to get that in a minute after it dries. We're going to do another layer of mascara in a minute when it dries. And right now we can do a neutral lip. I'm just going to put lip liner all over my lips. I have this really pretty color that I just got from NYX. It's kind of a, let's see, mauve color. Let's see what's called. Is it called Fierce Flirt? Fierce Flirt. So it's pretty good. Let's see how I'm gonna do my lip. We can do your bottom lip. Start with just a little mark in the middle here. And I overline and online my lips. You know, they're different on each side, so we try to make them evenly or even. But then I'll start with my left corner and bring it down. I don't want too much in the corner. And as I go down, make it bigger. You don't want to use too much of this. If you use too much, it dries and it builds up. So same thing over here. Just a little in the corner and bring it down. Okay, and then I'll go up with it. And try to make sure they look even. Okay. And then before it dries, I'm going to color in my whole lip. And you can push a little bit and smush the rest in with your hand. It's going to be a matte look. Okay, now to do the top. So the peaks are the little hills or mountains, Cupid's bow, just call them peaks. They're a little bit different, so sometimes I do it differently, but I start right in the middle, just do a dot, and then usually starting from my right side, I'll bring the peaks down and then do the other side as well. Okay, and I'll gradually go up right on my line. So I started lower than that, and then I'll do the peak and then go down to the bottom edge of my mouth. And now I have the brush at, or the pencil kind of at an angle, almost flat to my lip. Okay, and do the other side. Opening my mouth just a little bit. I mean, so I could breathe, but just to get a little bit more control. Okay, and then we always want to make them even as we can. So you might have to do the other side again. This one goes out just a little bit, so I want to match my right side. Okay, now just brushing a little bit more of that into the center. And then smushing that into my lips. Okay. Done with the lips. And then we'd put another another layer of mascara on. I don't need to do that right now, but here's the final look. For this, just a natural brown neutral look. Okay, now we are going to take this look. Well, let's take some pictures on. Okay, we're going to take this look and we're going to turn it into a smoky eye. It's really easy. Just take one of our flat blending brushes. We're going to go into a dark brown and a black color on our palette. And we're just going to tap it onto our lids. So I have like a dark brown. We're going to tap it onto your lids, on your whole lid. Okay. There we go. See? There we go. Should we do both? Or just one? We could just do one. Anyway, we're gonna just put that all over our whole lid. Super easy from the look that we just had. Into your crease and just get a blending brush. We're barely gonna blend that out in our crease, but we want to keep that dark color on our lid. Just go, close your eye and go into your crease. Right in your crease, just little tiny circles, blending that darker color. There we go. Okay, just like that. Done. We're gonna take a black eyeliner and go into our waterline. So it was chocolate brown before, now it's black. Okay? And we're just going to take a little bit. We don't need to go on top if we don't want to, but a little bit in the corner. And just drag it out to the end. Okay? So you have a little bit more of a shape on the sides with the black. There we go. And if you want, you can make your eyebrow just a little bit darker, since if you like, depending on look you want, since you have a darker eyeshadow, you can just do a little bit of a darker brow, changing this look from a brown neutral look into a dark smoky eye. Okay, so just go over your same eyebrow color, the same brush, we're just making it a little bit darker. See? Just do a little bit more. I'm not putting a dark brown on it, I'm just putting some colors on top of it, just to darken that up. Fading into the center. Okay. There we go. And definitely for that, put another layer of mascara, maybe 3. Get the excess eyeshadow off, or you know, you can figure that out how you want to clean that up. But sometimes I go like this, but sometimes I put powder underneath, but most of the time it doesn't go down if I get all the extra eyeshadow off. Okay, so here's your look from this eye to this eye. If you want, you can put a darker lipstick over your neutral lip if you want to change that also to match your smoky eye, but this lipstick will go with that as well. So there you have it, is one look to another, and we'll do some more tutorials on an actual smoky, a really pretty smoky eye with a bold black eyeliner and maybe a bold red lip. But thank you for watching or tuning in. My name's Tyson Glaze, by the way. I hope you learned something, and keep watching because I love doing this and I love to show people my art, my face art. Thank you.